Music's gonna go on. What's up, everybody? It's D Stag, and we got our guest today, Mr. CG.
Glad to be here, man.
Well, I got a little track to start us off with, so let's check it out.
Let's do it. I can't hear the track though.
30 on 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 30. 30 on 30, 30 on 30, 30 on 30, 30 on 30 on 30, 30 on 30 on 30 on 30. Not a big fan of the government.
Hey, brother.
McDonald's and I wasn't loving it. Feeling like an alien on the way to the mothership. On that other shit, I'm Master Chief flipping off the covenant. This fucked up nation run by Masons, corporations, regulations, secret organizations, deceiving the populations, mandated vaccinations, poisonous medications. We're living in revelation. The post-millennial kingdom after tribulations. It's time to awaken to good vibrations. Smell the bacon, they be faking. 30 on 30 on 30. Escape the manipulation. Turn off the TV station. Middle finger to the president and cabinet. It's evident I'm a motherfucking revenant. 30 on 30 on 30. Prevalent, benevolent, dead to the malevolent. By the heavens said 9/11 was a precedent just to make you join the regiment. They full of shit and that's definite. I'll give a pedo a speech impediment. Somebody ought to bury them in the sediment. 30 on 30 on 30. 30 on 30 on 30. Not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30 on 30 on 30. Not a big fan of the government. 30 on 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 30 30 on 30 30 30 on 30. Not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. Not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. Not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. Not a big fan of the fucking government. 30 on 30. 30 on 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 30.
Haha. Let me speak to the people, Piccolo. They need to hear this.
Yes, they do. I don't know what the track sounded like, though, to be honest with you. I want to know what it sounded like.
You'll hear it in the stream after, or the video afterwards. But anyway, it's good to have you on. We don't really have a main topic other than we want to talk about how we don't live in a country. It's actually a corporation. So yeah.
That's real off the rip.
Yeah, I know. It's true. I mean, I was talking to you earlier, bro. So how many? Tell the people how many states are there?
100.
Yep. Now there's 100 states, not 50, and the reason why is because there's a state of Tennessee, but there's also Tennessee State. Those are different things. You see, the state of Tennessee is actually owned by the federal government or the corporation, which there is a corporation of the United States. And then there's and then there's Tennessee State, which is Tennessee, the actual state. But there's different powers at play that people don't even know about.
I can tell y'all this place is interesting.
Yeah, you can tell us a little about it.
Oh man, I could tell you a lot about East Tennessee. I mean, not East Tennessee, West Tennessee. Excuse me.
West Tennessee. Yeah, what's it like out there?
Man, well, if you want to start off on the very, very west side of Tennessee, in Memphis, that's just a place of its own, man. Honestly, there's nowhere. I mean, you could compare it. You could compare the crime rate in Memphis to the crime rate in cities like LA, New York, Atlanta, but it's so much
Mhm.
smaller. But it's so much smaller than those cities. Detroit, like the Memphis. I'm seriously convinced, just because I'm from there and I lived there for a while, that is by far. I would definitely put it in the top 5 most dangerous cities you could possibly stumble yourself into.
Yeah, for sure.
The murder rate's going up by the year.
Do you know the percentage off the top of your head of the crime rate?
Man, not off the top of my head, but I know it's ridiculous. And the number 1 crime in Memphis is car theft.
Yeah, I would think it would be jacking.
Yeah.
I was around Norfolk in Virginia, which, if y'all don't know, that's where the biggest forts are, the biggest naval base. And the crime rate is 1 in 18. So, like, I think that's 6% or so. That's a chance of you getting jacked every day. 6%.
That's how it feels in
Keep that
Memphis
in mind.
walking up the street.
Right.
Man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've never been to Norfolk, but I did my research a little bit whenever we were talking about it earlier. The city of the waters.
Yeah. Yeah, but people do come here to see Virginia Beach. That's a good residential, like, vacation area. Norfolk is
Absolutely.
right outside of Virginia Beach. It's more west.
I will say,
Virginia Beach is the actual beach.
I've never been, but I've heard a lot of cool things about the beaches out there in Virginia. But
Yeah.
I would say Memphis does get its tourists still for sure. But I mean,
Where
I live in Nashville now, and I love this city a whole lot more than I love Memphis. Honestly, I feel like Memphis. Honestly, I really feel like Memphis is cursed, bro. At least for me.
might be.
Maybe for a lot of people, that place is just dark, man. You could feel the energy when you're there too. Like you could, if you're any type of spirituality, if you have any type of spirituality, or you're in tune with your spirituality, you would definitely feel the energy there. I can't.
Word.
So just if you ever do end up there, lock your doors, load your Glock. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my bad. The camera changed.
Oh, it's all good. What you whipping out
Well-
today, brother?
Well, I might as well show something off since it's on. So I got the Action Bible,
I wish
which
I
is
had one of
basically
those.
like you can get one pretty cheap, but it's basically if the Bible was a manga. You see what I'm saying? There's art.
Absolutely.
Every page is full art.
You can't say the
Um,
Bible's boring right there for the people that
Yeah.
don't want to dive into
This
it,
is
you know?
great. This is great, especially if you got young boys or young men that you want to show it off to, that like anime and shit like that. This is the type of Bible I'd get them, because it's got all the important stories in it, and it's really well done. I mean, the quality of the art on every single page is really nice. I got this from my
Definitely looks
grandmother. Yeah, I mean, it's even got pages where like the whole thing, almost the whole page is art. Not even that many words in it, to be honest.
Well,
But it's cool.
I still got that same Bible that
Yo, is that you, bro? Is that you?
could be me in an alternate universe, brother.
Yeah, for real. But let me show y'all Jesus. They made Jesus look really cool in here. Let me find him. Where's my boy Jesus at? He's towards the end.
Man.
This is him, I think. I think that's him. Don't. I think that's
looks-
him.
He looks a lot cooler than me, man.
Yeah, this is him. That's him right there.
I have had
Looks
people
pretty
say,
good, accurate.
Yeah, I've had people say I look like the Trailer Park version of Jesus.
Trailer Park Jesus. This is the Transfiguration right here. You see that? Or they're up on the mountain with him.
Oh, that's lit. The aura.
Yeah, it's Jesus, Elijah, and Moses all together.
Jesus' aura is unmatched, brother.
Yeah, he's pretty fly for a white guy.
You think Jesus was white, bro?
No, I could go talk about that for hours.
That's a good. That's why I brought
Um,
it up. I was joking, dude. I know
it's a
you were
good one.
joking.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now, the mainstream narrative is that he's white, but there's also the people who study the Hebrews that say, well, he was black because his parents took him to Egypt to hide. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. No, I've heard it all, dude. I've heard he looks like kind of like a Middle Eastern guy too.
I think he's more in the middle, to be honest. And if you think about the names of the gospel, it's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Those are English names. Those are no doubt. Those are English names. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So something happened here where we go from these Hebrew names to these English names. It's pretty weird.
What if he was just like everybody, every race mixed together's color? Like you take everybody's race.
Yeah. So then he'd be tan. You know, or olive. I think that's probably what he did look like. Not that it really matters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, man.
Let's just say there's a good joke about this though. So there's a black guy and a white guy. They're best friends, right? It's like me and Donald back in the day. They're they're hitting it off, and you're driving down the road, and they're saying, well, I bet Jesus is black, and the other guy's like, well, I bet he's white, and they get into a crash and they both die, and they get to heaven, and they say they keep their wagers, and then Peter shows up to them and he's like, hey y'all, welcome to heaven. And they're like, hey man, we want to go see Jesus. Can we see Jesus? And Peter's like, yeah, I'll go get him. They said, hey, go ask him if he's white or black. So Peter goes to get him, right? Yep. And as they're waiting, he's like, yeah, I told you, I bet he's black. And the other guy's not like, no, he's definitely white. And then guess what? Jesus comes out of nowhere. He's like, ¿Qué pasa?
That's funny because, dude, I don't know why it's
¿Qué pasa?
I work with a bunch of Hispanic people, man. They don't speak any English, but I love them, dude.
Yeah, me too.
We have that body language communication thing going on, We'll look at each other so confused, like it says their face says it all, man. And you could say something to them, and they'll have no idea what you just said, and they'll just have the biggest smile on their face, man. Like they're just cool, man. I work with a couple people from Venezuela, a couple people from Honduras, and a couple people from Mexico. And I get
Honduras,
I get a bunch of construction workers, and a lot of the construction workers that come into the store are Hispanic too. But they know I respect. We got this one girl who runs the cashier. She don't speak any English really. She knows little English, but she runs that cashier like a pro, man.
Word.
It's almost like she understands in a way, but she just don't speak it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I wish I could speak another language, man. I'm friends with a couple people who are bilingual, and I just always wonder what it would be like to be able to communicate amongst like different cultures and whatnot,
Yeah, I'm interested too. I like language. I'm a big fan of language.
Me too, man. And I hear people of all accents where I'm at, and I mean, dude, we get people from England, Ireland, Wales. Like I said, like Hispanic people. We get African people from Nigeria and stuff like that. So I mean, we get a good mix of people in there, and it's interesting. Just to see their vibe and how they go about things. And we get a bunch of Asian people in there too. And it's just a tourist spot, really. So I mean, a lot of people that come in there are not from here, And if you do happen to go to Nashville, there's a different energy about this place too. I'm not gonna lie, but it's good for me. But I mean, it's areas for sure. Like if you're trying not to drink or whatnot, I mean, it's a drinking city for sure. But I'm proof that you can do it, man. You can go out there and do it if you just dedicate yourself to following Jesus's way and trying your best. You know, it's possible, man. You pray and ask God for strength. You know, but
Now, here's the part why people think Jesus is actually black, and this is a good argument. This is in Matthew chapter 2, verse 13. It says, when they departed, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in the dream, saying, Arise, take that young child and his mother, and flee to Egypt. So they take baby Jesus and Mother Mary to Egypt to hide. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
So, now why would you want to hide in Egypt? Well, the people of Egypt are darker complexion. You see what I mean?
And why would he want to hide in plain sight? So maybe he was that color to blend in or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's no doubt the Hebrews were dark. They were black, you know?
Yeah.
And there's actually good reason to think maybe the Hebrews live in America. Maybe the Hebrews are the African Americans. Some of them, at least. Because there was a land, there was a place, bro, and you can look it up. It's a real place that was called Negro Land. This was a country.
And it was called Negro Land?
Yeah, that's where that word comes from. That's where that N-word comes from. Is that country called Negro Land. And a lot of people want to say all of a sudden that that's where the truth's coming out, is that the Hebrews went there, and that's where the Hebrews were taken into America.
That's interesting.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to me.
I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to some of the history of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just one of them people.
I didn't know how ignorant I was, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, just about everybody didn't know that.
I know, on the grand scheme of things, I know nothing. So.
Yeah, well, that's the start of wisdom, bros. Acknowledging that maybe we don't know everything. Maybe what they'd be teaching in school is all a lie.
No, that's just to program you for the, like you were talking about, the corporation of our country.
Yeah,
You know,
the corporation of the United States, exactly.
We go to school, and notice how similar the jails are to the schools and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like
The jails and the schools are very similar.
yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. And how everything's set up 8 hours a day, like you want to work 8 hours.
If
a
I
day,
have a
5 days
son-
a week.
If I have a son, I'm probably going to have to homeschool him. You know what I mean?
I
The
haven't
way
decided-
public schools are getting.
I haven't decided how the route I want to take with my daughter.
Or maybe there'll be like a good little Christian school or something.
I definitely want to show her God's way, though, man. I made a song about that the other day, man. I mentioned that. I was like, never follow Satan making mockery. You know, that's what I said in the song. And he really just makes a mockery out of you. Really, that's what he does. Like, you don't think that in the moment. You just think you're living and, like, being free and doing your way. But when you're doing
Yeah.
your way, you're really just making a mockery out of God, you know? So...
Oh, yeah.
but-
They've been getting more and more brave with that, too.
And I'm being less and less
With the whole
hypocritical.
Scientology shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The statistics or whatever you want to look at, or just the proof.
Well, everything,
faith, man.
everything they do, for some reason to do with science, they have an obsession with the sun. They think
I remember
the
you telling
sun,
me that.
yeah, they are worshiping the sun, basically. I mean, they're trying to say that this is what everyone believes. So, I mean, everyone believes the world rotates around the sun. It revolves around the sun. Well, what if it doesn't? What if that was all made up because they worship the sun and they worship Lucifer, which is the light bringer?
Those theories about the world truly trip me out. I can go down
Yeah.
a rabbit hole with like the snow globe theory and like the flat
I like the
Earth.
snow globe. I think the snow globe is actually the most accurate.
I think that's more accurate than the flat
Like
Earth.
living in the
you know?
in the snow globe. Well, it ain't
Is that-
completely flat.
If it was completely
for sure.
flat, you'd fall off the edge of it, wouldn't you? You know?
Well, there's an ice wall. That's what I've been starting to understand now. Is that they're saying it's an ice wall.
That picture of that priest with the AK.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that? A chicken in his hand or something like that? I couldn't remember. I remember you.
Oh, we'll see it again. It's something they use. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you. But that's something the priests do use. It's like a feather. It's got like feathers on it or something. I don't know what that's for. Maybe to tickle the demon out of them or some shit.
Man, there's an explanation to everything. Tickle the demon out.
I don't know. Maybe that works. Who knows?
Hey, man,
To make them laugh
whatever
hard
works,
enough.
Whatever works.
It's a funny exorcism.
If it's a way to get rid of devils and Satan, man, I'm all for it. I don't care what it is, man. I'm serious.
Yeah, I got more of these too. I got some cool ones. Like this is like a medieval castle shit. This is like a bunch of random ones actually.
Do you still use the deer one?
Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah, I still got it.
That one just comes to mind when I think of this podcast for some reason. Man,
This dude is literally this guy right here, bro. He said he the devil, that dungeonistic guy.
I came across
I
him
wouldn't
a couple
even doubt
times
it.
on BandLab. I don't really know too much about him besides
I've had him on here, bro. He is like shit.
dark.
Yeah. He was wearing a mask, bro.
I've shown some dark entities myself on here. Looking back at it, like I kind of feel. Well, I'm glad I am how I am now, man. It's kind of
Me too.
It's been a journey, man. It's been a journey for me spiritually, for sure. I mean, you've seen me at some low points, but you've also seen me. That's. I mean, honestly, I always have been trying my best to follow God's way. You know, it's just sometimes those demons deceive you, man. You think you're doing the right thing.
Oh, they're great. They're great at deceiving. That's what they do, man. That's what this
you're-
whole thing is about.
Yeah, you could think you're following
Honestly.
God's way sometimes, and sometimes you're really not, you know?
I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that we living in Revelations 20.
Oh, yeah.
Revelations 20, bro. That's my friend Relia. She got a sign of it was just that one piece of paper ripped out from a Bible.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was wild, dude. She
I
blows
know.
my mind, man. Her spirituality. Her
Oh
spirituality.
yeah, God loves her,
man.
for real.
She's connected, man, for real.
Yeah, I can tell she's got some gifts from God. And the wizard people think she's got like she's a witch or something, but no, she just loves God. You know, she's real down to earth, just ordinary. She used to be all gangster stuff, you know.
Hey, people change,
But
man.
it's just funny how God can use anybody.
I mean,
You know.
I'll say, man, if you want to get closer to God, if you do drink or use drugs, please stop. Like, I'm telling you right now to the people out there listening, like,
Mhm.
if you really want to get closer to God, don't just be 100% you. Don't be
Yeah.
under the influence. Even
The
if you did-
shrooms don't do nothing
don't
for
do
you.
the shrooms, man. The shrooms for me, man. People say you can't get addicted to shrooms. That's a lie, man.
That's a
lie.
bold-faced lie.
That is a bold-faced lie, brother. Because I did shrooms for like 3 months straight the first time I lived in Nashville, man. And I moved back to Memphis for a while, and I did some of the shrooms
Word.
in Memphis too for a while. But man, honestly, yeah, don't do that. They'll just trick you, and then eventually you're just gonna feel like everything that you figured out during that trip was all a bunch of delusional thoughts and just a bunch of unnecessary things that happen that seem true, you know, to you because you're under the influence, you know. But same with, I mean, alcohol for me, really. I mean, the shrooms definitely, I wouldn't say are of God, in my opinion. I wouldn't say it. I mean, some people would argue.
I
with
mean,
me.
it's basically cow poo.
I wouldn't say it's of God, in my personal opinion, because I'm sure people are going to disagree with me, and I mean, we can agree to disagree. you know.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
this is coming
we could
from
agree to
somebody.
disagree.
This is coming from somebody who's probably done enough shrooms to get a stadium high. So
Now, I have a interesting stance on weed. Because
hear it.
in Genesis, it says, all seed-bearing plants are for us to enjoy. Now, if we look at it, like, look at this stuff like from an outside view, right?
I could, yeah.
Weed, cannabis, is just a plant. It's not a drug. You know what I'm saying?
I think I wouldn't say it's a drug either, but I will say it can also be a problem for certain people too.
It's a substance. It's a mind. It can alter your mind.
It can.
So I would say,
I think it's kind of the same with shrooms. Like if you can actually just do them every once in a while and moderate it. I was not one of the people that could moderate any type of substance.
yeah. Well, it's not for you if you can't moderate. I'm absolutely with you on that.
Yeah. So I was. One of
But it
the
is
people-
medicine.
I can see it for certain people. For me, honestly, though, it just makes me dependent on it, and it makes me lazy and paranoid. But that ain't the way for everybody else, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's different strains that do different things to different people.
Agreed.
It's not
Yeah.
for everybody.
I've
But I
smoked
feel like
about
it's got a
every
purpose for
strain.
certain people.
I probably tried every strain you could try, and I've just realized I just wanted
Not
I
for
just-
you.
not for me, man. Honestly, and I got nothing against people that do smoke weed at all, man. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
me
want people-
neither.
I don't want people to mistake in that. Like, don't think you can't be.
It's prescribed for certain conditions for a reason.
You could definitely still be successful and smoke weed, but not everybody can. I'll say that.
Not everybody, no.
And I'm one of the
No.
people that can't. I'm one
I
of the people-
understand, yeah.
I'll be honest. Same with shrooms and same with alcohol. Like anything mind altering or physically alter, like, you know, anything like that. Like I stay away from. And my life's got a lot better since I just stayed stone cold sober. You know, I will say another addiction of mine that is kind of, it's still kind of bad. I'm still working on it. Is my nicotine addiction, man, and caffeine too. That's the two things. I mean, everybody's addicted to something, man. Honestly, nobody's perfect, you know.
Word.
But I'll say I drink a lot of coffee and a lot of energy drinks and smoke a lot of vapes. But ever since Relia called me out one night, we had a phone conversation. She had an intuition feeling that I was smoking a lot of cigarettes. I don't know if it just she heard it in my voice or she just had that intuition. But she was like, "Man, you need to
It's intuition, yeah.
You need to chill out on them cigarettes too." By the way, and I was like, "How did she know that?" And ever
It's
since
because
then-
God knows, bro.
Ever since then, dude, I haven't smoked a cigarette.
Way. Hallelujah. That's
I'm
dope.
I still smoke my
That's
little.
dope.
I still smoke my little. What is it called? My little
Now-
Enjoy.
Now, here's the thing, brother. Now, the cigarettes is a problem, but you know what? Tobacco actually isn't that bad at all. The plant tobacco was good for you.
That's interesting, dude. Let me hear your take
So-
on that.
No, this is the truth, man.
Okay.
Tobacco is a medicine. But the problem is the cigarettes are so loaded with chemicals and not natural shit that kills people.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But if you actually go out of your way, you can find natural tobacco and smoke that. And that won't kill you. I
I mean,
promise.
that's probably why a lot of people in the old times outlived a bunch of people, if you think about it. Because these menthol
Oh, big
cigarettes,
time.
they banned menthols. And a
Oh,
lot of
menthols
people-
suck.
Oh, dude, menthols will. If I smoke a pack of menthols, man, I'm coughing for a week. You know?
Yeah,
So
it's horrible.
that stuff can't be.
Now tobacco, pure tobacco, is kind of harsh, but it ain't bad for you.
That's interesting. That don't
So,
surprise me, though. That's
If you
believable.
come up on some money, I recommend you get the natural rolling tobacco from American Spirits. I'm sure you got American Spirits
I do,
around.
yeah, I'd sell American Spirits every day. They're the most expensive cigarettes we have.
They are, because they're the best. They're the healthiest.
Wow, that makes sense now.
Yeah,
Seems like all the healthiest stuff that you could get is the most expensive.
it's the most expensive. Yes, whatever doesn't kill you is going to cost the most. Absolutely.
I'll say,
Like
man, like what?
even with pizza, you know, they have national pizza places, you know, Domino's and all that shit. You have 2 slices of that, you're getting heartburn, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Well, guess what? We went to a local spot. It's called Bodacious Pizza. Really, really good. All natural stuff. Great pizza. We had like 3 big, these were huge slices, and nobody had heartburn.
That's interesting, man. Pizza's,
Yeah.
I think that's why I really could probably eat pizza every day if it was different pizza every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you made it yourself with good stuff, yeah. Good ingredients, sure.
I eat fairly decent. I try not to eat like a bunch of. I could probably eat healthier for sure.
Me too.
I really want to go to the gym more often too. I mean, I walk at least 3-4 miles a day. Like, I'm active for sure. But
I've been doing more rices and beans.
Okay.
And gravy. Oh, gravy's good.
Man, biscuits and gravy's pretty popular here. I don't know if it is there, but
yeah, it is. That's one of our staples out here.
I will admit, I probably have been eating too many tacos as of late. I think
Mexican food's great.
I love it. It's probably my
avocados.
Favorite.
Ooh.
It's
guacamole.
I'd say there's 3 foods that is between of my favorite food. There's Italian, of course, with pizza.
Yeah, Italian's my favorite.
Lasagna and all that. And then you got my 2 other favorites are Mexican food and Japanese food, man. I love
Japanese,
sushi.
Like sushi?
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
Big fan. I'm a big fan. That's a hit or miss for some people, but
I'm more into Chinese than Japanese, but I respect it.
I like Chinese too. I'd put
it
Chinese
might grow
in my
on me.
top 5. I definitely lo mein and egg
yes.
rolls and
Not a lot of people actually like lo mein, but that's one of my guilty pleasures. Is lo mein with beef and broccoli in it.
Broccoli is so
good
underrated,
stuff.
Man. Broccoli's good stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Shit.
Honestly.
Yeah, what's your favorite vegetables?
Man, I'm a huge fan of I do like collard greens.
Yes, me too.
I like fried okra. Big fan of it.
That's one of the sleeper picks.
Definitely. What else do I? Asparagus, man. Honestly, if you cook it right, I like asparagus a lot.
I just wish it wasn't so expensive.
Yeah, it is. Like you said, man, like the most expensive stuff is the healthiest stuff most of the time. But
yes, it is.
A weird fact about
pineapples
though is it makes your urine smell really, really bad because it like drains.
Yes, it does.
It cleanses your body. It like filters.
Yeah, it cleanses you.
Yeah, it really does. A lot of people don't know that.
That's why I'm a big fan of herbs.
Herbs, yeah. I like salads and like. I used to drink hot teas a lot. I wish I could get back in. I need to start doing that again too for vocal reasons. Like before
hot teas work.
Before I sang or rapped, I used to warm up my vocals. Now I just kind of jump straight into it. But there are like vocal exercises that I used to do. One of them's called Z. Like if you want to clear up
really?
your vocal, yeah, I just call it Z because you just do this. You just like. You know what I mean? Yeah, you just sit there and
okay.
And do that, and it warms up your vocal cords a little bit. And then another one, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. You know what I mean? You can do that.
There's a bunch of those.
La 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 la. You know what I mean? And just to get all your timing and your chords and stuff like that. And then another thing. I'll say another thing that I used to really do a lot. I used to go to the local market and buy the purest honey that you could possibly get, which is the darker honey. Like that's like the darkest honey that you can get. Most of the time is the most has the most nutrients.
Yes, the honey is great.
Bees.
Any honey is good for you.
We could go down the rabbit hole of how important bees are too, man. For real.
Oh yeah, they're trying to control the bees.
Oh, for sure. Because the bees control the world in a way.
They do.
Without them, man, the whole cycle's screwed up, you know?
Yep. There was, John the Baptist.
Yeah.
He lived on honey.
Baptizing people with
Yeah,
Man,
he survived on honey and bugs.
I believe it. Honey is like you could substitute. If you could substitute sugar with natural honey, man, you'll notice a lot of change.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. I don't drink soda anymore, and I noticed a huge difference in losing weight.
I will say I have drank more soda as of late, but I drink a lot of vitamin water. Like that's one of my favorite. I like the vitamin water.
If you try to just do water and tea, and you can eat. There's other stuff you can eat that's sweet, like dark chocolates and fruits.
Definitely.
Pineapple's really good for you. It helps you sleep at night because it has. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of the fruits have melatonin.
That's interesting, dude.
Yeah, so they help you fall asleep, especially like black cherry or pineapple.
If you're cramping up, eat some bananas.
Yes, bananas are great for you because they have the potassium.
Yep.
Potassium is similar to salt, like you said. Helps with cramps.
Oh, the salt, man! There was a certain kind of salt I used to buy too. It was the Himalayan salt. Yep,
good for you.
Yep.
You can actually, one thing that people do is for cramps is they bathe in Himalayan salt with water. And if you can't afford
Epsom salt,
it's better. But Epsom salt I do have because it's more affordable. It's similar.
Yeah, it does its job for sure. I used to do.
It's also like it's kind of like baking soda. It's the same thing, where it helps cleanse you.
If you're an athlete and your body's sore and stuff like that, from a game or whatever, I used to take Epsom salt baths after game. I'd take a shower after that too, though. I don't know. I was weird, but.
And for cleansing, you can drink water and mix in some baking soda. Just don't go crazy with it, but put in a little bit of baking soda that helps with cleansing.
Somebody said something the other day to me. Can you confirm this? There's some type of vinegar that they told me drinking some type of vinegar.
Yes. Apple cider vinegar.
That's exactly what they said. Yeah,
it's really hard. You got to be tough to drink that, though. You got to mix it. You got to mix it with a lot of water.
Does it taste awful or something?
It does. It's very, very acidic.
Ooh.
But it is. I was told this. Now I'm not certain of this, but it's very interesting. This guy told me it'll open your pineal gland and wash it.
Hey man, you can't open that thing far enough, brother. And for people that do not know, that is the third eye, and yes, it exists. If you don't think
it is real, it is.
Please, for the love of everything, open your mind for once. Like this, there's so many people. I've been ridiculed for believing in that, like in the past by certain people.
No, it's legit, bro.
It's legit.
There might even be video out there of somebody like having the third eye actually open like all the way up. That would be crazy to see.
Can you explain it to them a little bit better? You can probably explain it better than me, man. Because
some people just call it the mind's eye because it's right in the middle. It's in front of your brain. It's located like pretty much right where which is funny, your temple. You know what your temple is?
Yeah.
And how this in the Christian thing is like your body's a temple, right?
Yep.
And I think the Illuminati is obsessed with it for some reason. And I've heard there's like all these things, all the conspiracies partially exist to keep the third eye shut for many people, for the majorities of people.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot to do with it.
Lots of NPCs.
But yeah, pineal gland. I've heard pine cones actually help open it because it's shaped like a pine cone.
Pine cone? How would that work exactly?
I don't know. You can't eat no pine cone raw. But I guess if you grinded it up into a drink or something.
That's interesting. I've never heard that.
It's shaped, it is shaped like a pine cone. Exactly. And then that has to do with the pine trees and Christmas. The Christmas tree.
It all ties together, man. It really
Everything does, dog.
It all ties together, man. That's what's so brilliant about God's picture, man. You can't even if it's not what your way is and you want your way so bad, sometimes like your way don't happen for a reason, you know? Like,
And I mean, think about the name of it: pine pine tree, pine cone.
coincidence?
It's not a. There is no
That's
coincidence.
what I'm saying.
That's especially with names. When you're naming something, that's a big deal.
That was more of a question, like coincidence with a question mark on the end of it. I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of NPCs running around here, man. Wait, where'd D-Stag go?
I'm here.
Okay, it just maybe that was my audio. I'm not sure it went.
Yeah.
Man.
So the pineal. You know, that's interesting, ain't it? I love words for that reason.
The double entendres or triple
Well,
entendres or whatever you want
Language. There's a language barrier that not a lot of people. You have to kind of go out of your way to find where the word came from.
to call it.
But most of the words, they either come from Hebrew or Greek. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or Latin. Hebrew, Greek, or Latin. That's like the big three where most of all the words came from.
What are holograms?
So I like-
what would I can't even say it.
Hologram.
No, not holograms. Hieroglyphic. I can't even say it.
Oh, hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphics. Yeah.
That's a good question.
I wonder what.
Now there's the
language-
word there's like what's it called? Can't sound it out right now.
like the Egyptian, like the
Hierarchy.
hieroglyphics. Yeah.
Well, they do have a lot to do with these so-called gods that want to be called gods. In my opinion, they are fallen angels.
Ah, man, that's a good theory because they're not of God. I don't think, man, because they worship.
No, they're not.
Didn't they worship cats and stuff like that? Like,
They did worship animals and cats and stuff like that.
yeah.
And a lot of them had body parts of animals, like a head or wings or weird feet, you
There's
know.
some strange practices out there, man.
Some weird. No, Egyptians do a lot of weird shit, especially the ancient times with the sacred blue lotus, they call it, which I've been kind of careful with that
I
because
met an Egyptian dude the other day. He came in and bought like $1,000 worth of lottery tickets, man.
did he win
Yeah.
anything?
No, he kept coming back, kept losing, dude.
That's sad.
I was like, man, are you
Yeah.
sure you want to buy another one? I was like,
Yeah.
you sure there's nothing else you could do with?
I would have asked him who told you to buy
I
these
tried.
tickets.
His English was kind of
It's
like
it's
borderline.
probably one of them. It's probably one of them hieroglyphic guys told him,
Probably.
or the
He was
cat.
misled, man.
Yeah, it was
'Cause the
misled.
same guy came in later on paying for gas with change. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
bro. I was just like, what? You know, some things people do just blow. I'll tell you, man, if you don't have patience and customer service, you will lose your mind, man. Like,
Yes.
you will lose your mind. There's some pet peeves of mine. I made a list. I'm not going to say it, honestly. I'm not going to go on my complaints today. I'm not going to do it.
No, I'm genuinely just thankful
I am too, man.
that I'm even here because I almost lost my life a few times in the last couple years.
Me as well, man.
Yeah, plus being in the army, they could have sent me out anywhere.
I've been mentally in some low places, man. If God didn't pull me out right then, I'm not sure if I would have maintained, man. You know,
Right on.
like if certain things didn't fall in line the way that they did, man, I probably wouldn't be here either. You know,
Yeah, gotta be strong.
it's the little things, man. It's the little things in life. You know, even if you have a crappy day, you know, just
Could have been worse, you know.
could always be worse. You know, those days you just feel like everything just don't go your way.
Yes.
Like you have a bad day at work, you get off, it starts raining, a car goes by and splashes water on you. Somebody picks a fight with you, steals your water. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, we all have those type of days.
Any type.
But just you just got to be grateful though, because at the end of the day, God is he's watching over us, and he gives the hardest trials to his strongest people.
Oh, agreed. You just pray for strength.
Or it's just to teach us stuff.
The way I go about prayer for that is I just pray for strength to endure it. Not the escape of it. Like, don't take away the hard things.
Yeah. I used to be the escaper. I know what you mean.
Don't take me out of the hard things, God. I pray that you give me the strength to be able to endure them, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And he's not going to throw you into something you can't handle.
I mean, D-Stag, even you, a couple times when I was lacking in faith, you're one of the people that I go to whenever I just feel like I need to know something. Like,
I appreciate that.
I'm really lost. Like, I really need something right then, you know? And you have came through multiple times for me, man. So I just want I want to thank you for that.
Nah, just thank God, bro. He put me in the woods with the crazy.
You, man.
He put me in the woods, bro, with this crazy guy. Like,
Cabin in the woods.
Cult leader, bro. I'm talking cult leader. But you wouldn't think he was a cult leader, because he had a wife and kids, you know.
People are.
So it was great.
I think people would be genuinely shocked if they found out how many cults there actually are. Like,
yeah, there's so many, and their country is actually a corporation we live in. It's ran by these same cult leaders.
It's like they
worship the sun. I mean, what are they teaching in school now? They teach that we revolved around the sun, and that we evolved from monkeys. Okay, that's some weird shit to be teaching people. Yeah, it's all theories, man. I don't know what y'all think about NASA, but look up what NASA means, and it's actually a goddess of lies. That's what NASA is.
I can believe that.
You know what look up NASA in Greek.
You know what absolutely makes no sense about, like, not believing in God, like, is the fact that the people that believe in the Big Bang Theory, but they don't believe in God. Like, that don't make
the Big Bang Theory is funny. That's also a cult too. Believe it or not.
I could see it.
That has to do with the sexual shit that they like.
Oh man, that right there, man.
Bang, get it? Bang, bang.
That is evil. People don't understand how deep. Like, man, I'm so glad I've evolved when it comes to that, man. Like, seriously.
And even if there was a Big Bang, I mean, who said it to explode? You know.
I think a lot of people's sexual demons come out. I see it all the time with how people are dressed here when I'm just going
There's
about
harlots all over the place.
Your body's your temple, but you're out here just making a mockery, you know?
What happened, man? Back in the 80s, when men and women, we dressed modest. The women dressed modestly, but they were so damn beautiful that they didn't have to show off nothing, you know?
I wish.
That's exactly how it was. They looked respectable. They wore longer dresses, and they didn't show nothing really off. But they looked really beautiful because we were healthy. We didn't have chemicals in all the food and water.
It's like I really can't take them seriously, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Dude. I really can't.
The men, dude. What happened to the men, bro?
Oh man, that's the problem. They're hyping them up nowadays, man. They're simping.
The men worship women now. We worship women as a society.
No, they're hyping them up so
even
much
the Statue of Liberty thing. I mean, what is that? It's a statue of a woman. Why? Why?
It's just, people could say that's what's the word?
Dudes are going to these conventions, these harlot conventions, where they go and bow down to Amaranth or some other online hoe that they watch online. And they paid money. They actually pay money to go see this woman, and then they pay money for the woman to give them their autograph or to step on them. Like, really?
The thing is, they think
this is really going on.
The sad thing is they think they're intelligent, man. That's what.
Yeah, I know. They think they're doing something great. Like, no, you're not. You have a weird obsession. You should probably meet a real girl and
Quit watching
start a
porn.
relationship with someone.
I'm on the
Yeah.
anti-porn.
Yeah, me too.
Train,
Me too. Now, there's a time and place for everything, but I think you're absolutely right. You can't make it a hobby. You can't make it a hobby because it's destructive.
I'm not lying. I'm really on my abstinence.
I feel like maybe part of the reason everyone's third eye might be shut is they don't retain any of their sexual energy.
Oh, brother, there's so.
You ever thought about that?
I was one of them people, dude. I thought about it for sure. You can go look at the benefits of not pleasing yourself, dude. Like, I know that sounds far-fetched or it might sound crazy.
No, restraint is a big deal, especially with yoga masters that they're all into that stuff. They don't masturbate at all. They don't do it at all.
It's the way to do it, man. I'm telling you, if you don't do it, you will notice changes in your life.
Yoga is all about peace. It's all about peace and restraint.
And it's following God's way, man. Think about it. Like,
in a sense, yeah, it is in a sense.
I think it is. It's just really like it will consume you and it will make you view women differently. You know what I mean? And women can honestly feel the energy from you when you don't.
Dude, I'm serious. That's so true.
Yeah,
they will actually magnetize to you if you retain for months.
That's real.
Even maybe 1 month, you're going to stand out from the majority of the people.
No, that's real, man. For real.
I felt a difference, you know.
I feel a difference, man.
I kind of slacked on it because I had a girlfriend and stuff, and that was really exciting. You know, it's getting a new girlfriend. Kind of hard to control yourself, especially in your 20s. But hey, if you can control yourself, that's really powerful. You know.
No, it is, man, and it's giving it to God, man. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm a huge supporter of that. It took me, I guess I had to do it myself to finally realize, you know, because I thought it was
you'll feel the difference. You're going to lose weight. You're going to feel more confident, and you're going to learn more. You're going to actually take in knowledge faster. That's another thing I learned.
You do get a lot more energy, man. Like, you don't require as much sleep either, you know?
No, you won't. You only need probably 6 hours, and you're good.
Yeah. No, for real. For real, that's insane though. It's deep. It's deep, man. Yeah. There's a lot of science behind that, the retention and how people felt and how they lost weight and they gained more muscle mass. You know, your voice gets deeper, man. Like all types of stuff, dude. You can look it up. Y'all can go do your research yourself. You don't have to believe me or D-Stag, but I'm telling y'all, like.
Yeah, just do it for yourself. See if you can go maybe a month or two. It's not easy, but if you can do it,
the first week,
that's something to celebrate.
I'll mention this, like this might be like a lot of information or make people feel uncomfortable or whatever, but you will get blue balls the first week. Like I'm not gonna lie to you.
Real talk, yeah.
You really will.
Making it a month is like really tough. The first month.
Yep.
But if you can get past the first month, it gets easier.
It really does. And you'll notice you will get pissed off a little bit easier too with certain things. You know?
Yeah, because of the hormonal stuff.
Yep. But you just got to fight through it, man. You just got to pray.
Yeah, our bodies are weird, man.
I mean, I see women walking down the street. This one girl, man, she just represented everything we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the hoe kingdom.
She was so drunk she couldn't walk. Her friend was carrying her. Her dress was so far up you could see her whole everything, man. Like, and I was just nasty. Like, for once in my life, I was actually disgusted, bro. I you know what I mean? I don't know.
Hey, that's good. I'm glad you were disgusted. Because some guys would just try to hook up with her.
Yep.
Maybe most guys. I can't speak for everybody.
I mean, we got to bring back the strong men, man. We got to.
Yeah, we need strong men and women with morals. That they know you're more than just a body. You're a soul.
For real, man.
Your body
porn,
for real. It's a temple.
if you watch porn every day and jack off every day and do all that every day, I'm telling you, you're gonna look at women.
It's pathetic.
You're gonna.
Yeah, and it's pathetic too.
I'm telling you, man.
Once you
People need
start
to
to
hear this.
understand that the word cell, right, whereas our body's made up of cells, right? Well, every cell has cytoplasm, and cyto is Greek for cell, but cyto actually means vessel.
Wow.
You can Google it for yourself. So what does that mean? Your body is a vessel. It's containing something. That something is your soul.
You can feel people's vibes, man.
So
Like,
all
I
it
don't
is,
know.
yeah. And you got a body outside of your body. It's the ethereal or astral body, whatever you want to call it.
Astral projection.
Your energy,
man.
your energy body. It's real. That's what it is. It's all vibrations.
It is, man. No.
So what if like nothing? What if nothing is still, and it's all just vibrations? That's what my dad taught me.
Yeah, that's
He
interesting.
said nothing is still. It all has vibrations.
For sure. And if you're around the negativity, it will consume you, man. Like,
Hmm.
eventually it takes its toll on you. You could still be a good person in a bad place. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say that to everybody that's stuck in the trenches. Like, but there's a way out, and there's a way.
Hmm. There's
You
a way
can-
out.
I
There's
promise
good people in the trenches too.
Oh,
I know
for
good
sure.
people in the
For
hood.
sure. They looked out for me, man. I mean, dude, I wouldn't have been able
Yeah.
to live. I lived in Memphis, and I'll give you the address. You could look it up. 639 Mississippi Boulevard, man. Like, look that up. I'm telling you, I heard gunshots every night for months, bro.
Damn, dude.
Literally. And
Survivor.
there were people out there that looked out for me, man. Like, that was
Yeah.
God working.
Some
through
of these cities are like war zones for real with the gangs.
people. Yeah.
And I could do a whole episode on how gangs are cults too.
Dude,
It's just a cult with more steps.
I would want to dive into it if I knew more knowledge about it. But I mean, I've definitely met a lot of people that are in gangs for sure.
Well, check out if you want to look it up on your own, guys. It's called the Cult of Thuggee. It's an Indian cult called Thuggee. That's where the word thug came from.
Huh.
And they
Never heard
worship,
of
and
that.
the crazy thing about it is they worship a goddess called Cali, like California.
Oh man,
understand?
that place is full of demons.
In
dude.
California, yeah, in California is where the whole thug thing came out with Tupac. You know, Tupac was the first thug, I think, with truly humbled under God is what he tried to say. But thug is actually from California, the Thuggee, the cult of Thuggee,
I
which
can
they
respect-
did crimes. They were criminals by trade. They were very good criminals at what they did, and they worship a goddess called Kali.
I'll go out on a limb and I'll say Tupac was so overrated in my opinion. Like,
I like some of his music.
I will say,
Not my
though,
favorite though.
he's not an icon in my eyes. You know what I mean?
I think he was an iconic, but he wasn't my favorite. My favorite was like Warren G and the other West Coast rappers are better, in my opinion.
There's
Snoop
a lot
Dogg.
of rappers back then that were better in my opinion, man. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, sure thing. I mean, there's Eminem, there was Warren G, there was Currency's really good still.
Currency, I forgot about him.
Dude, he's always been good. And he's always picking the right beats.
What about Big L, man? And Big Pun?
Yeah, Big L. They're East Coast, but yeah, I like them.
I'm trying to think who else did I really like, man. I mean,
I got
Twista.
5 on it.
Twista.
Lunis and whoever made I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Oh yeah, Andre 3000, man. Yeah,
Hey, Andre 3000 is awesome.
he's a goat. He is a goat. He's one of the best for real.
Hmm.
I wouldn't put Tupac in my top 10 though. I mean, you can argue with.
Wow,
me, like,
that's controversial, but I like it.
I wouldn't put him in my top 10. I wouldn't say he was definitely a great artist. Like, I'm not saying he
Right
wasn't.
now, I think my favorite artist of all, like the most authentic and talented, it's got to be Chris Webby.
Chris Webby. I'd say my favorite right now, as far as rapping wise, like I like a lot of artists that don't do just hip hop. You know, I like a lot of
multi-genre. Yeah,
yeah.
me
I like
too.
the multi because that's what
That's
I do.
me. I do jazz. I do R&B.
But I'd say
I like
rapping
that.
wise, I'd say my favorite rapper is probably JID, man.
Hmm.
Jid, man.
Absolutely. Kendrick.
You could put Kendrick. I'd put Kendrick.
Kendrick's definitely in my top 10.
I'd put Kendrick in my top 10 for rappers for sure. I don't know if he's in my top 10 of all artists. You know what I mean? But he's definitely.
Yeah,
in my
that's
top
a bit
10 for
much.
rappers.
Juice WRLD was
dude,
my
yeah.
top 10.
For sure. Juice is in my top 3. I'll be honest.
Yeah, he was the most talented
Yeah, Juice
because he
WRLD's
could
in
sing.
X is probably in my top.
You know
my
who
top 10.
had a crazy run, especially like in mixtapes.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, but also the man, why can't I get his name? He did Kush and Orange Juice. He did
Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa was one of my
Wiz-
favorites too.
Yeah, I like the old Wiz Khalifa, man.
Me too.
Before he
Yeah.
went Hollywood, yo.
Before he was Hollywood, his
Yeah.
mixtapes were top chart, like triple platinum or something crazy like that.
Yep. I like a lot of Memphis artists because that's where I'm was born.
Suicide Boys are great.
They're not from Memphis though, believe it or not.
They're not, but they rep Memphis.
They do, man. They take the old 3-6 Mafia sound and.
I love 3-6 Mafia. Yep,
I definitely have.
that's
a lot
in my
of
top 10.
which is kind of, ironic.
Gucci Man. Oh yeah, Gucci Man. Not a lot of people
Gucci-
talk about him anymore.
He created the sound of hip hop nowadays, in my opinion.
Bro, he did.
He carved the game out for real.
Young Dolph was good.
Rest in peace.
Little
man.
Baby kind of fell off. Little Baby fell off, but he used to be, when he first started, he was really good.
Yeah, I liked Lil Baby. Yeah, I liked Gunna. I think people slept on
Yep,
Gunna.
Gunna was slept on.
Young Thug,
Young Thug is kind of slept on too. I listened to Young Thug a little bit. Little Skies was slept on.
Man, Lil Skies is still slept on.
Yeah, I haven't
And
listened to him in a while.
He's actually a really, really good performer too.
I bet he is.
I'm trying to think. I mean, dude, I'll be honest. Travis Scott played a big dividend in my sound, but I mean, I don't support his.
He's carried by production, bro.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
The
I agree.
production is top
His
notch.
His production is just 5 times better than most artists, though.
Yeah,
Same with Don Toliver. I actually
Don
like
Toliver's way better.
I actually like Don Toliver more than Travis Scott.
Me too. He's a way better singer.
Yo, it's like Don Toliver's like Travis Scott if he actually had more talent, in my opinion.
Exactly. He does have a song that gets stuck in my
I
head.
kind of like So Fago. I don't know if you.
I don't think I've heard him before.
He's signed to Travis Scott's label, but
Okay.
he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I think he's probably better than Travis Scott, rapping wise.
I like the controversials. I like the controversial rappers because we have a need for that now that Eminem's supposedly done. Who's the next Eminem? It's probably Chris Webby, or it's probably
Man, there's this other guy, Cal Scrubby, of white rappers. Have you ever heard of this guy named Cal Scrubby?
Nah, I haven't. Link me.
Yeah, I'll have to show you him. He's pretty dope. Man, white rappers. Let me see. I mean, you can't really
Not necessarily white, but controversial is what I like.
Controversial rappers. I mean,
Yeah, like Bryson Gray. He's black and he's controversial. He was talking about how Black Lives Matter was such a huge scam, which it was.
yeah, I think it was.
And he was one of the only black artists I know who was talking about that. There's only very few that would even go there.
I like Morgan Freeman's take on it.
Yeah, I like Morgan Freeman. He's real.
What's another? I like Logic, dude. I ain't gonna lie to
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Logic was one of my favorites
He was one of my favorites too. Before
with the mixtapes.
it just went downhill.
I
After
need to go back and listen to his. Yeah, you're right. I need to go back and listen to his mixtapes.
Supermarket just put a stain on Logic's career, man. You know.
Hmm.
But
I like the little Rick and Morty mixtape he did.
oh yeah,
That was like his last great one.
I'm trying to think. I need to go and listen to more people. I don't really listen to hip hop. I mean,
I miss
I
miss Dat Piff, dude. We gotta like replace Dat Piff with something, because that's like a hole missing in my heart. Is when we had Dat Piff, bro. That was my favorite shit. I was on it every day. Now it's BandLab, but these people aren't on BandLab. It's only
BandLab
smaller
update,
artists.
The BandLab update, I gotta put this out there, was a pile of dog trash, bro.
It is.
It made the timing, dude. It screwed with my timing when I'm recording, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I tried to record a song the other day. Like, I was nailing them. I was getting my timing down perfect the first couple of days that I started back on BandLab. And I'd say after that last update, dude, the timing, it just goes through in lags now, dude.
It does. I have to keep moving my vocals every time. I have to move them like 80.
Yep. I've noticed that too.
But I am
redo it.
I got a couple new tracks I've been working on. I got one with this Christian chick.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. It's Prodigal Daughter Returns, I think. That's what her name is, or something like that.
Man, we got to get another track going, dude. I kind of want to go back and
redo
The Truth. I kind of want to go back and redo The Truth.
Yeah, let's remake that.
I'm super down.
I got more Truth than I did before, so I could do more Truth.
I definitely would change my whole, I'd keep some of the same cadence.
But I did like certain parts where I was like, Christ is the kingdom, you don't see it, you was big dumb. That was funny.
I like how you kind of had that, what was that kind of Bone Thugs and Harmony kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, that's my little vibe sometimes.
Yo.
I've always been able to do that a little bit.
I was kind of trying to come on it kind of in like a Juice WRLD kind of sense, because I freestyled a lot of that. I probably should have wrote it. I know you get on me a lot about that. I need to start writing more. Speaking
on people who slept on, it's YBN. It's one of them that really stuck out. Oh, Cordae.
Oh, YBN Cordae. Yeah,
Cordae is dope.
J. Cole. I forgot to mention J. Cole, dude. I mean,
everybody knows J. Cole.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, you got to give him his flowers, man. It's J. Cole.
Yeah, he's good.
Notice we didn't mention Drake.
Yeah, I don't like Drake.
I don't like Drake either. Dude.
Now the 2010s Drake was cool.
Yeah, I like to Take Care of Drake.
So I listened to him in high school all the time.
The Nothing Was the Same Drake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
I wonder what happened to him, man.
Oh, cloned him or something, for sure.
Man.
He got abducted.
Do you think that Kendrick stuff's gonna play a role in his career from now on?
I mean, yeah, everybody kind of knows.
Have you noticed his numbers?
There was stuff that came out about him getting freaky with the dog.
Jeez.
Can you believe that?
Bestiality, man. What the?
Yeah, he's using some weird shit.
Man, that's strange.
Some weird shit, dude.
I've always had a weird intuition about Drake being kind of, I don't know.
Strange, yeah.
Yeah. And Kendrick called it out, like he uses everybody from, like, if he wants.
Yeah,
to
he does.
Club,
that's what you call a culture vulture.
If he wants to get in the club, he don't make his own song like that in the club. He goes and gets Future, or you know what I mean, or some other person out of the trenches, and I don't know.
Yeah, he rides their coattails and steals their style.
Even the 901 Shelby Drive song, he took Project Pat's flow, bro.
Oh yeah, he does that. He uses everyone who's up and coming. Like one of my favorite rappers he made a song with was the guy who did He did like some type of car, Range Rover. That guy.
Block Boy JB. Yep.
Yeah, Block Boy JB. He was one of my favorites when I was
Riding in
chilling
the
in Texas.
Rover.
Yeah. Yeah, he will use people like that to get mainstream.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Riding in the
Riding in the mother.
I'm listening to that after we close.
You can't get copyrighted. You can't play it on the.
No, I can't play it on here, but best believe I'm finna listen to that and turn up.
We should make a Christian version of it, dude.
That's what I was thinking, bro. We can take the beats of mainstream stuff and make a remix. I've actually been working on doing that with some old Wiz Khalifa beats.
I'm super down. Those Wiz Khalifa beats were fire.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing it with 3 6 Mafia beats too.
Yeah, I could do that too. That's more your style.
Yep. I like. I don't know. I'm not as demonic as them. I'm not really demonic anymore.
Well, you don't gotta be though.
Some of my old stuff sounds real demonic though, because I was under the influences, man. I let the spirits take me, man.
You can do the same type of flow and make it godlike. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm working on right now. Some of my lyrics I'm still getting there, man. It's just
and not everything has to be Jesus this, Jesus that, bro. You can expose them. You can expose stuff.
See, we talked about that the other day. I was like, man, I know I came back on BandLab. I mean, I'm trying to make my way back into the scene a little bit, but it's harder than I thought. It's not as easy to trend nowadays on BandLab.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that. You know?
Yeah, I'm just there for fun. At this point,
I could care less about the likes or anything like that, to be honest with you.
I'm getting ready. I'm doing college, and I'm getting ready to do maybe cyber or something.
I've been working so much, I barely have time for BandLab, but I try to get on there and stay active every day.
Yeah, between the girls and having to do DoorDash sometimes and college, I've been real busy. But I got a couple songs in the works.
Yeah, we need to I'm super down to remake The Truth or do another song soon.
We'll do a new song too.
I'm down.
I'll probably have some time Friday or Saturday.
See, those times that I was under the influence, I thought I was better at making music then, but really that was just my demons trying to give me a reason to go back and do it again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think my music.
One thing I noticed was when I was drinking, I go on like autopilot and it would be fire and I wouldn't remember nothing afterwards, but I'd be like, damn.
Yep. That's exactly. I went on autopilot for about 3 months on them shrooms, dude.
Yeah, that one song I made, y'all can go back on my BandLab and find it because it was one of my biggest songs. I'm not proud of it anymore, but it was hard. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, my biggest song's name, I'm kind of ashamed of it, to be honest with you.
Dude, the cover art, the crazy thing is the cover art was like Billy Mays doing, he was snorting OxyClean. And then it had the Wu-Tang logo, because I had Wu-Tang Clan. I had done that. Yeah, it was like Billy Mays and the Wu-Tang Clan.
Dude,
I was like, bro, how?
My biggest song is me holding an AR-15, bro.
Bro. Rest in peace to Billy Mays. And I actually took his audio clips and I had like a beat drop. It was like, wait, there's more.
I can see it more from the ShamWow guy snorting some stuff than the Billy Mays.
Oh yeah, definitely. I might have to make a song with ShamWow guy.
That guy was nuts, man. He could sell you a towel though, or whatever you want to call that thing, like the ShamWow.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my biggest songs. I mean, really, my biggest song on BandLab. I have 3,000 plays. And another thing I found out, me and Oblivion song, my biggest song on all streaming platforms got taken down, man. It hit 15K, bro.
Yo, they didn't take down our Giga Chad song yet, somehow.
Man. What other song? Me and you, I think my favorite song me and you did was probably that, what do we name that song, man?
Oh, the
It had-
mafioso one.
Yeah, the
Yeah, me
mafioso
too.
one. That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, it one's pretty smooth.
I think I did the best on that one, at least with as
Yeah.
far as hopping on the track with you. You made me go back and redo it. I even said that in the song.
The girl kind of almost ruined it, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan. I mean, I hate to put that out there on the stream, but you know,
It is what it is.
we gave her some clout for sure. You know.
Yeah, she was cool at least.
I wonder where she's at now. I don't even know her. I don't even know who she is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me neither. Well, can you hear the instrumentals in the back or not?
Right now,
Yeah,
No.
It's been on this whole time. All right,
I
cool.
haven't heard any of it.
I gotta figure out what's going on with that. But my guest cannot hear it, but I can.
I mean, it's cool with me. It don't bother me. As long as my audio don't sound crappy, I'm cool. You know,
Yeah,
you do
but
what-
the thing is, I want to do freestyles with people, but if they can't hear the beat, you know, that's a problem. So I'm gonna
Dude,
have to
yeah.
see how to fix that.
As soon as you fix it, I'll hop on here and do a freestyle for sure.
Yeah, I'll check. It's probably got to do with my laptop.
I haven't even freestyled in a while, man, because the way that I make songs, I chop in a lot. You know what I mean?
I like
do
to punch in.
I freestyle punch in, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, that's the way to go.
yeah, I freestyle punch in.
That's how
really-
Juice WRLD made all his songs.
Oh, for sure. Yep. It keeps the flow going, you know, because a lot of people.
It does.
I noticed a lot of people in BandLab struggle with flow, man. They might have really good lyrics and sound good, but their flow is just off, you know? But I mean, I'm in bands with some really talented artists for sure. But I think some people aren't the most talented. They just have a lot of support. You know what I mean? I don't think talent really makes. You could have a bajillion likes and have a crappy song on BandLab, you know? Like, a lot of people don't just like the song because it's good anymore. They just like it just to show love, which is cool, you know? But I don't know. I think some people probably need. I'm not going to say any names. I'm not like that, but I say certain people on BandLab are they just have really good support systems, you know?
Yes, big time. I like
Like-
having some bands to share my stuff with and collaborate.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I like a lot of the bands I'm in. I don't even really hop in a lot of them too often anymore, but I try to stay active in them. You know what I mean? I try to show love. It's just sometimes I just want to get on there and be honest, and I just don't have the heart to do it.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like, some people, I don't know. That's just that's real. I'm pretty generous when it comes to like doing a feature with people, stuff like that. But
Yeah, I haven't had enough time to
I will
just
say,
collaborate with anybody.
One person I'm really looking forward to working with, though, that me and him are probably gonna do a mixtape. We talked about it.
Who?
Trey Rose.
Word.
Yep, me and Trey. Trey was like, man, I don't know if too many people on here can match my vibe, but I feel like we can make a fire mixtape. And I was like, why not? You know, I'll be down, dude.
Well, I look forward to collaborating with you because there
dude.
ain't that many people that can rap like on my level. I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just saying, bro, nobody can really keep up. There's only a few people. There's
for sure.
Shotgun. There's you, there's Shotgun, there's Savage Gang, but they're on that demonic shit, you know?
Yep.
So I can't even really collaborate with them.
I know what you mean.
But
man.
like you and Shotgun, y'all are actually cool, and y'all ain't on that demonic stuff.
Not at all, man. Honest, I'm trying to get it even further to the point where I would be proud to be a Christian artist. I'm just not there yet, you know? Like,
Well, I mean, it might not be your thing, bro.
I want to get
You
there,
can
though.
you can make secular music that still helps wake people up.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
sometimes I just get on there and have fun though.
Like,
you know,
not
and-
every song, and same with me, not every song is going to be a worship song, because I
Yeah.
feel like the truth needs to come out.
Yeah, that's how I feel, man. And honestly, sometimes I just get on there and want to make a fun track, and I just
That too.
get
But
on
what
there.
what people like Chris Webby are doing, while they're not making Christian music at all, it's full of cursing and stuff. They are waking people up. They're raising awareness.
I've cut
and
down
that's a
on
good
my
thing, too.
cursing. I've cut down on my cursing. a lot.
Even Savage Gang. I respect Savage Gang, and I like what he's doing because he's raising awareness.
Yeah. Now, there's definitely people for sure that's their lane. You know, I'm not gonna get in there and try to like knock them for what they do. You know what I mean? But I just don't want to be a part of it anymore on certain things. You know,
Raising awareness, man.
there's certain artists I quit
There's
working with.
so you got your heroes, you got villains, but not a lot of people talk about the anti-villain or the anti-hero.
Yeah.
They're necessary too.
No, for sure. Everybody's got a place, man. Everybody's got a voice. I'm not saying to anybody that I think is not at a professional level on BandLab to stop making music by any means. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, nah, but you're probably better at rapping than me, honestly. I'm just really versatile. I can rap, though, for sure. But
I got a lot of styles too, but the thing is, like, it's about your message, you know.
yep.
That's what I've been starting to learn is, like, there's people that can use big words, they can rhyme a lot of big words to sound intelligent, but they don't say anything.
Yep.
They're
No,
not,
that's
their
true.
message ain't hitting. For me, it's always been bars. Your words carry weight,
Yep.
you know.
It's like almost your emotion and how you say them too. If you just say like
That too. Yeah.
lyrical, spiritual,
Delivery.
lyrical, if you just hit them with the lyrical, spiritual, individual, reciprocal, like throw a bunch of stuff, like, you know
That's
what I mean?
fun.
It is fun, but sometimes you're saying nothing. Like you're saying, like, you know, I see what you mean. That's so true. You know,
Yeah.
that's so true.
I've always been in more the poetry side of shit. I've always been the writer.
I went back and watched that episode of what was that show, the cartoon where they beat them with poetry.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
What's the name of that show? again?
Regular show.
The Regular Show. Yeah, I went back and streamed that.
That's
show
a
on
banger.
YouTube. He beat him with poetry.
Yeah, he did beat him too.
That's kind of how
He
Kendrick
said-
did. That's kind of what Kendrick did to Drake, dude.
Pretty much, yeah.
But then again, Kendrick, man, it's gotta Meet the Grams is just. If you were on the other side of that diss track, how do you come back from that, dude? Honestly,
Yeah, I know.
how do you
Meet the
come?
Grams was crazy.
Meet the Grams was wild, but Euphoria was wild, dude. Euphoria was, man. All the Kendrick songs were nuts, man, for real. Dear, if he started,
I like the one he did. It was like 6 a.m. or something like that. Kendrick did that one was good too.
Oh yeah,
That was slept on.
I mean, Drake's comeback wasn't terrible, but I mean, it just had nothing on Kendrick because Kendrick.
I mean,
already
it was
told-
good, but
It was kind of like an Eminem situation. Like, tell them something they already don't know about me. You know?
yeah, it's like, okay, so what? You crushed my car.
Yeah.
You're still a weirdo.
For real.
I'll get a new car. You know, it's what it is.
You know, when they start off a song, "Dear your child's name," enter your child's name here. Like,
Ugh,
oh,
yeah, that's personal.
if somebody ever did that to me, man, I don't know what I'd do, man. For real. Like, you
Sheesh.
could diss me all day long, but if you bring my daughter into it, man, like,
Yeah, he
I'ma
brought
do
the parents. He brought the parents into it and everybody.
I'm gonna do everything I can to embarrass the hell out of you. If
And
somebody
then there
ever,
was the
like-
photo with the drugs and shit and a weird shirt.
I don't think I've ever had anybody diss me on BandLab because I'm just unproblematic.
And then there was the house full of sex offenders. That was like a nail in the coffin. It's like, why you got 8 sex offenders over at your crib, bro?
Man. That's nuts, man. That photo alone, dude, holds weight. You know, like, how do you come back from that?
You don't.
We'll see. I don't think you do. I mean, the industry's so messed up, though. I feel like he's gonna find a way to
Oh, it's the whole industry too.
They're gonna find a way to like blackball. Like, I don't know, dude. There's something. You know, they got something scheming up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Bohemian Grove is doing something.
Oh, I got the song about them.
Yeah, I love that song. You
Should I bring it out?
Bring it out, dude.
Yeah, we should close this out, bro. It's like an hour and a half.
Let's close it out, brother.
The Bohemian Club was founded 120 years ago in San Francisco by a group of newspapermen, businessmen, and artists. Modern-day members include some of the most influential American men of this generation.
Doom shot, motherfucker.
I might go be a little naughty, cause if you mention me, you get embodied. It's how I'm gang affiliated, cold initiated. All my thoughts are really jaded. Step up, get humiliated. It's all government facilitated. Freemason orchestrated, illustrated, as I already motherfucking stated.
Illuminati confirmed. The multiverse is most hated. They rock good, it close for Satan, but it's not intimidated. Bitch, we not intimidated. She just
straight up redunculous. Beyonce got you homunculus, and you cannot debunk this. She's only one among the list. I'm crazy like your uncle is. They talking all that crap, but they sweet as an homunculus.
animal.
You can catch me where the jungle is. They doing rituals underground where the jungle is. How do you know? Follow through the code. Who you talking about, bro? They the Bohemian Grove. They were all dressed in robes with a belt oversaw me as I dug in gold. Had to go, so I drove home. Had so many weird thoughts in my dome. See some strange things they was taking up. Oh, I'm just trying to break some bread off the flow. Spiritual growth. Is he insane or is he right? Well, shit, I'm both. Plus I got venom in my flow. Here they go, promoting Spider-Man on the World Wide Web. That they woke. Fuck JT, always trying to claim like he's home. Just another P. Diddy from Bohemian Grove. Yeah, it's over. You gonna burn in a supernova. Snake and get bitten by a cobra.
Can't take the heat.
Well, stop touching the stone, bro. Motherfucker, you ain't Jehovah. Nah, motherfucker, you ain't Jehovah. Can't handle the heat, then stop touching that soul, bro. It's a subscribe, go so hard I make the devil cry. Put him to sleep with a lullaby. She can talk if they call him fine. Hurting God's children where I draw the line. Next to the base, I saw the sign. This is what happens when all the stars align. All my parts are mine. This type of shit is hard to find. Can't see me, gotta open up your mind. Third eye, we had so many blessings and they robbed us blind. This the war of all versus all. That's how we fall. It's time to evolve. We got issues to solve. It's a lyrical spiritual call. We live in a spherical ball. Where the ball, fuck the cabal. Because you're revealable with the song. Syllables are killable and raw. Changing history with my hip-hop authenticity. Remain a religion regardless of ethnicity.
Keep me a reason to talk you with the electricity.
Fuck it.